And there it is. So it's actually three objects. The two things hanging at the back are separate objects, but they're all taking the same material information. M tomahawk. Yeah. Yeah. So if you move this, you'll see it's there. So there's some kind of, they're probably parented to this central point, an empty object. I mean, you could unparent it from, you see it's like nested there. You could unparent if you wanted. But don't worry about it, not necessary. Yeah. Where? Hmm. Oh, this. That's like an empty transform. Empty transform, yeah. Object, mesh, yeah. Anyway, what we need to do is, like we've done before, assign different parts of this to be a different material. So I jump into edit mode on this. And in materials, I can just set new slots. I could call it axe blade. Axe handle. And axe fabric, cloth, fabric. So those three new materials, and then I just select the vertices that I want for the blade, the handle, and the fabric, and assign them. Let's see if I can press L for linked faces. I can just for the blade because there are some seams. So select a face, press L, linked faces, and we'll get just that handle. So then with the blade selected, I select the material for axe blade and click assign. It's now assigned a separate material, and I'm aware that bit on the top is probably wood as well, but who cares? I believe they are vector colors or limits of vector colors. I'm not 100%. Or they could just be material seams, and I'm just reading it wrong. But anyway, that's been assigned a separate color. L, linked faces. Select, linked. And then without doing anything else, if I just go back to object mode, I select my tomahawk. I can export this now. Actually, I'm going to select all three of these. Export as FBX.
So you want the handle and the ribbons at the back to be the same material, then it's just like the axe itself.
Yeah, well, actually, I'd probably separate the ribbons as well, but I just want to demonstrate what's happened here. I'm going to go back and fix the rest of it. But for now, I'm just going to select these three. File, export, FBX. And inside your export FBX, make sure it's only exporting what you have selected. Over here, limit to selected object so we don't get extra cameras, extra lights. And yeah, I don't need an empty or a camera, I just need mesh. And everything else you can just leave as the default. But those two things I would change. Just export mesh object, selected object, Oh yeah, and I better put it somewhere that I can find it. Axe test. And then back in Substance Painter, I can just open a new file, basically, and import that new different FBX. Same thing, select the file. Axe test is what I exported it as. 2048, yada, yada, yada. Discard. And now we have two separate material texture sets because I set one in Blender as Axe Blade. So now I have the ability to drag an individual texture onto just that part of the model. And the rest can be worked up.
Does it really matter if you import it as a .blender.fbx file or into Substance Painter, or is there one that's like preferable?
I think because there's less data with FBX, it might be more reliable. But let's try it right now. If I save this blend file that I have, oh, different version of Blender opening up. Say file, save. Substance Painter intro, and let's say Axe test blend. Let's try it out.
What do I try to do? Oh, you're selecting the individual elements. It's because I say the ribbons were probably sculpted in, they weren't like.
It doesn't seem to let you import straight Blender.
Okay.
So yes, it does matter. FBX or LBJ. It's only select. Yeah. There's too much confusing data with a blend file. But anyway, that's how you handle separating those. To get the ribbon on the wrap, you basically just have to go through and laboriously click around. So in wireframe, I could just use my C circle brush and just paint these wrap areas. That's about as good as it needed to be. And then just assign those to the fabric. And then for those two hanging pieces, we just replace their material with Axe fabric. Oh, I missed one. Axe fabric. So now those are separate. And when we export again, they'll be brought in. And I have a version of the FBX with all three of these separated out also on Brightspace. It is this one, Orc Axe. I've already separated the three materials. What?
Just
You just finished doing it?
yeah, just finished doing it.
Good. Good practice.
Practice makes perfect. Yeah, it's perfect.
So yeah, if I select Orc Axe, the one with the three separate, and now we have the ability to jump through and give some wizard wood. Throw some wood in on the handle, throw some fabric in on the wraps. Carton. Scottish. You'll never take our freedom. Forever, etc. So yeah, your Operation Mech assignment is requiring you to use Substance Painter, so, but all of your modeling will obviously be done in Blender. And just know you have to do your setup. Get the three separate areas.
So is it using the same 2K texture for
Hmm.
all of this?
Yes. So I'd probably split these between three. No, it'd be the same 2K. Yeah. But it might split these into three different like normal maps because it's three materials.
Oh, so Substance Painter is divided by, so it will automatically UV your model
Yeah.
on the, okay, that's really cool.
As you're painting it, it's adding to the UV. So your UVs, sorry, your unwraps are handled in Blender. So it doesn't it does auto unwrap obviously, but
Yeah.
UVs in Blender are where we get it set up. We look at the Orc Axe. Oh, I'm not in everything.
But I noticed when I came into Substance Painter, like the axe was already separated, the ribbons were already separated.
Oh, really?
Or is that just,
Wait, did you use the Orc Axe FBX?
yeah.
Yeah, I've already separated them in Blender
Oh,
for
okay.
you.
I thought that was like,
No,
I
the
thought that was
original.
Substance Painter.
No.
I
No.
thought that was Substance Painter, like dividing it by like, yeah.
No, if you use, this is the original FBX that I downloaded, Sketchfab Farmer. If you import that one, there will not be the separation.
I did, that's the one I did download.
Oh. Well, then I don't know. Unless that's,
when I divided it into material, I see I divided between the materials. I divided between the axe, the tomahawk, disarm mouse, the ribbons, and the metal bracket. And then, yeah, and see, I did it here in Blender. I did it in, well, yeah, no, I didn't like separate it in the UV though. I just separated it. I just separated the materials. Yeah, I just signed the materials, and it must have automatically just done it.
Well, it's reading where the polygons are.
Yeah.
And that's the UV is corresponding to those polygons. So
Yeah,
Well, it's
so I
not
must
even
do it
true.
for you then.
yeah. Well, you've done it. It hasn't done it for you. You've done it. The unwrap has already been handled though. So with our own material, our own objects, we will have to unwrap them in Blender before we can bring them in. So you can see this is already unwrapped for us. The two axes are there, two sides of the axe. Anyway, real quick, last thing, and I'll just let you think away first, but we talked about black mass and asking dust, adding dust and scratches, just very quickly how you would go about doing that. Get a dust material. He's on the ball. So I'm going to make a base fill color for this wood, make it brown. Rich brown. And there's other things you can do with curvature that actually emphasize and gets into the creases of the model, but I'm not going to touch that here for now. Just going to bring the roughness value up. I'm just going to add another fill layer. I'm going to set its color to black. So that's going to be the color of my dust and scratches. And I'm just going to use the color information for this. I don't need metallic, roughness, normal, height. It's just a black color. And then on this layer, I'm going to create a black mask, this fill layer. I'll call it my dirt layer. Dirt. So just right click on this layer, add black mask. I'm just going to look like this material disappears. Hey, it's gone. Because there's a black mask over everything, we can't see anything until we paint on it. So I paint on it, there, it's appeared. It's in black. I'm painting on over a mask. But with our dirt pass, we want to add a generator that's going to generate the black color in a dirt dust pattern. For that, I need to add a generator to this layer. It's already got a black mask. Right click again. Down the bottom, you'll see add generator. Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes. There's a bunch of already pre-made versions of noise distribution. And then over here it's going to say select a generator. And you can see dirt, fiberglass, grayscale. And one we're going to look at next week is the actual mask editor itself. Over here, I'm just going to add a dirt layer. Now we can see some dirt. We have a whole bunch of different things we can change about the dirt level, the grunge amount. Many, many different settings. And we can layer up these things and apply them with other filters as well. We can have ambient occlusion go over them. But very briefly, how to add dirt and scratches to something. So it's a black layer, a black fill layer. Set to black. First, okay, fill layer, set to black. 1. Add black mask. 2. Add generator. In this case, it was the dirt generator. Yo. Yeah. I'm trying to visualize what you just said in my mind, and I can't. Yeah. It nested to it. Yeah. Well, it depends on what layer you nested to the other one, but yeah, it becomes a child of it. So I can't nest these two because they're different types of layers. But if it was an effect layer or a paint layer, maybe you could have brought into, say, this mask or something. It might have been brought into that mask effect. But I'm only guessing. Show me. Yeah. Okay. I need to see it. Bring it next week and I will take a look. Well, maybe if you open it up, we can take a look at it. Oh. Oh. Send your file to somebody in this room. Like me. Anyway, our environments are set in this one. I think in the default they're set to that white room, so it's an easy setting to change. To change your environment, just drag it into the stage. So back in paint mode, different environment, just drag it into the stage. Let's say cave entry. And you see the lighting has changed on the model. HDRI map giving you kind of ambient outdoor lighting. Yeah. It's rendering. Yeah, the same. You'd see it in Blender as well. I know I never actually looked at cycles, but if we drop over to cycles, that's how it handles it in between. Oh, I jump into rendered mode. Yeah, as you move, you see there's a slight little graininess. Oh, I have no light. So that little fireflies or noise is, yeah, the renderer catching up. You see it in cycles in Blender as well. It's ray tracing, basically, is what's happening. It's calculating light paths and bounces. It's so jarring to jump from Blender into Substance, and you try and rotate with middle mouse.